I guess for so long, legal has been kind of the poor cousin in that regard, because we just haven't had anything to provide the data that we
Yeah.
need to kind of show that, kind of demonstrate the value that we actually have as well. And some of the kind of reports that you're able to kind of generate as well, that come out of what we call out of the box, is, obviously you're able to track, where matters are, where they're within the business, what people are with, how long are these matters taking to kind of close. And sometimes there's that perception that everything is with legal, and we know it's not. There's a backwards and forwards. That legal doesn't slow things
Yep.
down. It's often we're waiting on the business to do their job, to get information back to us, so we can actually do what we need to do. So you're able to track some of that data, to tell that story as well. One of the ones that I like that we have is the how long it takes for certain contracts to go through the different processes in the life cycle. So it's
Yeah.
like, how long are contracts stuck at the approval stage, which contracts and which department. So then you can start to focus on those parts of the business to say, hey, you're actually slowing down some of these processes by not doing the things that you need to do at the right time in the right way. So again, those insights, the data helps you to show the value, but it also helps you to find areas where you can start to make improvements and point the business in ways of getting them to help themselves a lot more.
Absolutely.
So absolutely, so powerful. One of the other things that I know is on everybody's lips is AI, and I mentioned it earlier on. Got to ask you then, what about your AI use? Where are you up to in using the AI in any form?
Yeah. Yeah. We actually we have various work streams that we're testing out. I know AI can seem kind of taboo when it comes to the legal world,
Mm,
but the Dutch legal team has taken the perspective of, we have these tools and these opportunities to create possible efficiencies. So why not try them out? Why not see what they can do for us? So we're trying out, scripts, prompts, built-in environments such as LawVu's a workspace
mm,
intelligence, where
yeah,
you're, instead of taking the approach of, let me dig through my brain and try to remember how I did that last time, you're instead going to a tool that enables you to get jump started and
mm,
go quickly down that road. So instead of, what let me pull down that draft, and or that last time I gave that advice, it's a,
yeah,
hey, I have this problem, can you help me figure out where to go, or do that quick jump. So that's really what we are testing out. I wouldn't say we have a solid tool in place, but
mm,
yeah, those, like trying out scripts to automate extraction of certain key data points on contracts,
yeah.
prompts to enable expedited review. There's just a lot of opportunity there in the AI space.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, and that's the thing, that opportunity. Once you've got all of your data, everything in one place, then
Yeah,
your ability to leverage that to to the maximum capacity is incredible. And like I said, it's when I spoke about those kind of disconnected systems and AI. Um, I hear many teams who are now looking at AI as a way of becoming more efficient at what they're doing, and yet they haven't got the foundation
yeah,
in the right place either. They're still working in emails and spreadsheets and so on to manage their work. And now they're looking at throwing in, or they've got a matter management, they've got a contract management, these disconnected systems. Now they're going to throw AI into the mix as well. And all AI is going to do is speed up the rubbish that you're doing already.
yeah,
You're going to be able to do more rubbish because you haven't got your foundations in place. So I always caution teams to say, like, just get the basics right first, and then start to look at how AI is going to help you, because that's accelerating at a rate faster than what you can keep up with. So by the
absolutely.
time you're ready to use it, you're already going to be in a better place, and AI is just going to kind of supercharge what you're doing. And I just love that, which is what you mentioned. Our approach to AI in the platform has largely been cautious to begin with, but
Yeah,
also focusing on the things that really do matter. And it's a lot about is raising the information that you already have in there, to put it at your fingertips so that it can be used without you actually having to think about where are these things? Where's this information stored?
Yeah.
What advice do I need to give? It's already there at your fingertips without having to kind of do any kind of recollection. So yeah, super powerful. And if anybody wants a demo of LawVu, then they can get to see what that looks like in our platform as well.
And it's a closed and secure environment, which I think is one of the biggest concerns to using a chat GPT is your data is getting sent out there to the masses when LawVu is built in. And AI is just, it's your data. So
yeah, thank you for that. So important. Data security. Keep everything in one place. Safe and secure. And then you mentioned before about the business portal, again, which is such a key tool to working with the business. Have you used this to interact with the business?
Yes. So we spoke on metrics and getting the team or getting your business partners to better understand what legal's doing. But the business portal actually brings your people, your business partners into your environment. And if you use it right, you can actually make them honorary legal team employees, basically. So
that's right.
We're big fans of the business portal. I'm super excited to have been able to finally launch that here at Dutch. And we've only experienced resounding excitement. I can't believe how easy it was for our business partners to adopt to the change, where instead of submitting or sending an email or maybe sending via our Google form contract intake request, they are now logging directly into our system, into their business portal, and submitting requests from there, in addition to kicking off first drafts, like for that NDA, having our business partner come and create those agreements for us or create those initial matters for us has been massive. And then we have certain team members, certain business partners that we've given elevated experience to where they're actually collaborating on agreements with our attorneys, which is just really cool. So,
yeah, and that's, I guess that's gold, isn't it? They love us, the business loves us, and they want to come and talk to us, and they want to walk in and have conversations with us. But sometimes that can be such a distraction from the work that we're doing, and emails pinging off all the time about can you help me with this, or where's this thing at, and what's the status on this, is a massive distractions for us in our day to work. So like I said, the business portal actually builds that connection. I've had conversations with people who say that they wouldn't want that kind of ticketing system or that business approach because they don't think they connect as well with the business. But in my experience is that the value of your conversations with the business are far more informed because you've already got information at your fingertips. That it doesn't create any barriers. It actually opens you up to the business, and the business helping itself to things without having to ask legal. Obviously, it has to be a massive win for the business as well. So you can focus on the more important things. So many benefits, like you say. We're getting close to the hour. So I'd love to be able to go in and have a look at some of the questions that we've been asked. So please get your questions coming in if you want. And then just to wrap up, Kaylee, thank you so much for the time and the time that you spent preparing for this and sharing what you do and all the awesome work that you guys are doing at such an awesome company as well. To wrap up, 3 things that you would want the audience to take away from today?
Yep, absolutely. So first, understand what you're doing right now and what opportunities you have to do it all faster and better. So define that. Those are your building blocks. Second would be give definition to your foundation, which is asking yourself, what is a matter, and defining that so you can organize from there. And then lastly, just remember to simplify. There's always an opportunity to have less touch points, less duplication, and less systems to create less time wasted and less opportunities for mistakes.
Yeah, I love them. Great ideas.
Kaylee, any advice? Just a question. And audience, please post your questions here. We've just got a couple more minutes. There are some links in the chat as well for people to follow and get some reports, etc. Kaylee, any advice for people who are trying to make the case for business tech? I know you said your GC was really forward thinking, but any thoughts about what kinds of things people should be expressing in advance when they're trying to get budget about
Yeah.
outcomes for the business?
Yeah. I always say that you're not going to waste your time by pulling your data together into a spreadsheet to start, because that's ultimately where you have to start. And you have to understand what's happening in your department and business today, because you need to be able to know where is your opportunity for value add, and be able to show that to your business before you ask for resources. And you don't need a system to be able to start that conversation, but then you can talk about, well, this is our reality. This is our today. We know that based on the data we've been tracking in the spreadsheet. But if I were to drop this data into a piece of technology, this is where we can then take it. These are the wins that we can have. These are the things, the resources we can save and enable the business partners to do better.